I am slightly confused. Just a little bit. They're talking about this exchange between Rome and AC Milan, Abraham and Saelemaekers, which is almost done at the time of now. And this gives us the proof that Fonseca has zero saying in the market. I've never been the biggest Saelemaekers fan, but he is we can't deny it, he is a useful player for the team. He can cover different roles and he runs a lot, so he can help into the last minutes of the game. In Bologna, he did quite a good season. He came back to AC Milan, and in the preseason, it looked like Fonseca could not be without him. It was like Krunic for Pioli, you know? And even Fonseca said that he wanted Saelemaekers to stay at AC Milan. And we were like, okay, if Saelemaekers is this Saelemaekers, then it's good. He's playing good, he can be useful to the team, why not? We don't dislike Saelemaekers that way, he's a fine player. And then this happens. After he played one game as fullback, all over the place, now we're gonna get rid of Saelemaekers. I'm not a big fan of Abraham, especially after the injury. I think he's not worth what Roma's asking, and here that's the other thing that I don't understand. So Roma values Abraham 22 millions, okay? AC Milan values Saelemaekers 17 millions, which I think is a fair price considering the prices of players right now for Saelemaekers. But Roma says, no, I value Saelemaekers 12 millions, which is the price for the option to buy that Bologna had before going to Bologna. Okay? While he showed that he is worth more than that, at least, let's say 14, 17, it's a fair price. I don't understand why AC Milan has to bow to that and say okay and give Saelemaekers plus 10 millions for Abraham, who in the past years showed has nothing, and he comes from a really serious injury. And he is a player that is prone to injury, and AC Milan has a lot of injuries during the season. And on top of that, we are going to solve a big problem for Rome. Actually, two problems. One is Abraham. Abraham, his salary I think is a 5.5 millions, a burden. And we are gonna get that burden, and we don't know if he's gonna pay out. And then we give them Saelemaekers to fix their midfield. If he becomes the Abraham of before the injury, then yeah, sure, then it's a good deal for AC Milan. But are we sure of that? I mean, the striker is the thing that you cannot mistake in a team. Usually is the most expensive players of a team, but it's always almost the most important. Because otherwise it's gonna happen like Origi, and Origi is a burden right now. They're trying to give him away for free, and they're not managing to do that. So think about it. So we're gonna have Abraham, and if Abraham proves to be a failure, we're gonna have 5.5 millions as a salary to give him for God knows how many years. Meanwhile, we lose Saelemaekers. Is this a good deal? I'm not sure, but what I'm sure of is that AC Milan market is random. It's not planned, and we can clearly see this. They're patching now. They're patching whatever they can patch. You know, the 7 days of God creating AC Milan and all that crap that they feed you? No, there is no plan. They look what's remaining, and here we are, and we're gonna get Abraham probably. The striker should have been the first thing to get in the market, okay? And no, Morata is not enough. We should have got like our main striker for the future years, and then a second striker maybe toward the end of the market, right? But they got Morata to be the main striker, who then got injured. I know you're gonna say, well, Abraham is better than nothing. And I would say, yeah, sure, Abraham is better than nothing. It just pains me for AC Milan to be so mediocre. When we have all this financial security, we have the money to spend, if spent intelligently, obviously. I'm not saying AC Milan has to spend like randomly billions all over the places. But there are some certain players that you cannot afford to miss. That said, if Abraham comes to Milan, I will support him, obviously, as much as I can. The market is going to be over in a couple of days, and I will give you my rating on the markets when it ends. But all over, I would say that this market has been one without hope. We didn't get anything to dream about, nothing to be like enthusiast. You know what I mean? Was like Pavlovic came, all right. Morata is a AC Milan player, all right. You know, that's the kind of vibe that I personally had with this market. Nothing like too explosive, nothing that made me say, yes, we can compete for the Scudetto, you know. Starting with the coach. We saw Abraham a little bit with Rome in this year, in the first game. It was the last minutes of the game, so last minutes of the game is usually really a hard time for a player to come in. But we saw that he the only ball that he touched, he created a counterattack for the other team. So, but yeah, I will not judge him too harshly because we didn't see him playing for years now. So, but yeah, I don't think it's worth what Roma is asking. I think an exchange Saelemaekers, Abraham with maybe a couple of millions from AC Milan, that will be fair for this Abraham. I hope he can. I hope he will be back and be the Abraham that we saw once. But I'm not. If you permit, I'm a skeptic about it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the pre-match of Lazio Milan and Forza Milan. Always.